Welcome here to the Victoria Youth Sports Complex for Game 2 between Our Lady of the Lake and UHV. Our Lady won 7-2, thanks to an early surge in the first 3 innings, 6 unanswered runs, and then capping the scoring in the 6th. UHV got 2 runs in the 5th, and the Saturday doubleheader will wrap up today. Let's give you the lineup for Our Lady of the Lake. Lily Rocha leads it off. Yesenia Perez batting second. Grace Ross batting third. Caitlin Terraza is batting fourth. AJ Flores batting fifth. Ava Hernandez, who got the win in the circle in game 1, playing left field, batting sixth. Christy Salas batting seventh. Caitlin Casas batting eighth. And Alyssa Garcia is batting ninth. The pitcher is Annika Latero for Our Lady of the Lake. The Saints will face Hope Quinones in the circle as we're getting ready to go. We'll give you UHV's lineup here in a second. First pitch, called strike. So Rocha, as Hope Quinones comes into today with a 6-3 record, she and Latero are tied. Way swing and a miss. Rocha quickly behind 0-2. And the 0-2 misses. Beautiful weather here. 83 degrees, wind blowing in, a nice north breeze to cool it off. Here's we turn the calendar over to March. 1-2 on the way from Quinones. That one's poked into right field. Jones giving chase and unable to get it. Lead off single for Rocha. Bring up Yesenia Perez. Setting the defense for you behind Quinones. Kaylee Lopez gets the start behind the dish. She came on, or she went from second to catcher. Claire Blinka at first. Bree Strother at second. Kenzie Chambers at short. Alliker at third. Pitch on the way to Yesenia Perez. Misses outside. Left to right in the outfield, it's Alyssa Carter, Faith Hoover, and Jordan Jones. But Quinones has to go to first, and the sacrifice works. Well, that 1-4 on the sacrifice, and it puts a runner in scoring position. For a dangerous hitter, Grace Ross. Ross 2 for 4 with an RBI and a pair of doubles in game 1, showing bunt, but she'll pull back and slap that one through the right side. A base hit. They're going to wave the runner around, and Rocha scores since the tag not applied. It's an RBI single. And just like game 1, OLLU jumps out to an early 1-0 lead on a couple of hits. It'll bring up Caitlin Terrazas. Terrazas in the designated player role here in game 2, just like she started in game 1. She later came on to play first base. First pitch called strike to Terrazas, who was 0 for 3 with a run scored. This one lifted. Giving chase is Hoover. That one drops. And it's going to be another hit for Our Lady of the Lake. That'll bring up AJ Flores. Back-to-back hits, 3 hits already this inning for the Saints off of Quinones. First pitch. This one poked over the screen and foul. So 1 to Flores. Now 1-1 after that one misses. Flores in game 1, 0 for 3 as well. Was a strikeout victim. Quinones 4.20 ERA. This one fouled back, and it's 1-2. Quinones works with a 1-2 count. The San Antonio native deals a pitch up, and it's 2-2. Two. Fouled back to the screen. We hold 2-2. 2-2. Misses inside. Count goes full with runners on first and second. Payoff pitch. Fouled once again. Good battle brewing here between Flores and Quinones. Once again, the payoff pitch with 1 out. Ground ball foul. Three-two on the way. This one lifted high. Chambers drifting out in the outfield, but it's Alyssa Carter who has it. We're on number 2. That'll bring up Ava Hernandez, as I mentioned. Got the win in the circle in game 1, but also at the plate helped out her cause. 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Also had a sack bunt in that game, showing bunt here. But she'll pull back with 2 outs and swing away. This one popped up out of play behind home. 6th batter this inning for Our Lady of the Lake. Howard runs inside 1-1. This one also lifted on the infield. Chambers takes a step out onto the outfield grass and has it. Round number 3 as we go to the bottom of the first. Jags up to bat for the first time here in game 2. Lindsay Chambers will get things started here in the bottom of the first. UHV down 1-0 is for the second time today. OLLU strikes first with a run in the first, but the Jaguars work well to end the threat in strand 2. They'll face Annika Latero. First pitch from her on the way. And it's outside for ball 1. Latero, a 5'6" junior, went to St. Antonio Warren. Comes into today with a 6-1 win-loss record and a 2.93 ERA. She's been good in the circle for the Saints this season. Chambers fouls off the 1-0. Setting the defense behind Latero, Flores behind the plate and catching. Ross at first, Salas at second, Garcia at short, Casas at third, and left to right in the outfield, it's Hernandez, Perez, and Rocha. Chambers has hits in each of the last 2 games, takes ball 2-1 to the leadoff hitter who entered today hitting 367, 23 hits now on the year for her. Latero deals. Chambers pokes that one foul over the head of Lindsay Ortiz. Count now 2-2 here in the bottom half of the first. Two at full count now. It's a jam-packed day here at the Victoria Youth Sports Complex in Victoria, Texas. High school tournament going on. Victoria ISD hosting that. Payoff pitch on the way. Chambers fouls that one off. Also, the Victoria Livestock Show is happening. The fair. You might be able to see it on your screen. All the fun rides. A lot of people out today. Beautiful sunny weather. They mentioned high of 83 here right now. And the wind now blowing right to left in the outfield. 3-2 once again. Chambers grounds that one through the left side. Base hit for Chambers to lead it off. And a 3-game hitting streak for her, too. Brings up Jordan Jones, the senior from the Woodlands, Texas. Jones also had a hit. She's hit safely in the last 2 games. She was 1 for 3 in game 1. First pitch to Jones, swing and a miss. Runner goes. Chambers safe. '25th stolen base of the year for Kenzie Chambers. And stolen base number 110 in her career. She was the first UHV player ever to reach the 100 stolen base mark. 0-1. Jones showing bunt. Chambers faked as though she was going, but it's a ball 1-1. '58th meeting all time between OLLU and UHV. OLLU's won the last 13 after the win in game 1. 1-1 on the way. Jones pops that bunt foul. 1-2. Jones really exploded onto the scene for the Jaguars this season after featuring primarily as a pinch runner a year ago as UHV reached the NAIA opening round for the 9th time in the program's 17-year history. Now in its 18th year, 1-2. That one's fouled, will hold at 1-2. Entering today, Jones was 300 at a 393 slugging percentage. And as I mentioned, 13 RBIs for a while there. She and Claire Blinka were tied for the team lead. But an RBI by Blinka in Tuesday's doubleheader against Texas A&M San Antonio broke that tie. Counts even now, 2-2 to Jones. Chambers on second, single and a stolen base for her so far. This one's chopped foul behind home plate. Trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the first against the number 1 ranked and defending national champion, Our Lady of the Lake. Latero rocks and fires. Jones takes a called strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 1. That brings up Allison Snedeker. First pitch to Snedeker is a ball. Swinging a foul tip for strike 1. Snedeker 1 for 2 with a run scored. Blinka as well, who's in the on deck circle, was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Blinka actually stole home to score UHV's second run in game 1. Snedeker pops this one foul. Casas gave it a look, but it was well out of play. 1-2 now to Snedeker, the senior from Friendswood, came here from Alvin College, one of the strong junior college programs in the greater Houston area. 1-2. That one's high, 2-2. Two on the way now. Swing and a miss. Snedeker down swinging. That'll bring up Claire Blinka. Claire Blinka now on a 9-game hitting streak. Snedeker on a 4-game hitting streak as well, entering game 2. First pitch to Blinka is high. Blinka had a double-digit hitting streak to start the year. It dated back to last year and the NAIA opening round. 1-0 on the way. Called strike on the inside corner. As I mentioned, the Port Lavaca native 1 for 3 with a run scored, stole home for UHV's second run in game 2. She'd love to pick up her team leading 15th RBI here with Kenzie Chambers at second. This one skied on the infield. Third baseman Casas calling everyone off. Has it for out number 3. That'll do it. Chambers into scoring position after a single and a stolen base, but nothing else after that. And we'll go to the top of the second. Our Lady of the Lake leads 1-0 here on the Jaguar Sports Network. We go to the top of the second. It'll be bottom third of the order dueling for the Saints. Salas, Casas, and Garcia. First pitch misses for ball 1. That one poked into right field, but Jones had a beat on it for round number 1. We'll bring up Caitlin Casas, the third baseman. Did not bat in game 1. She was in the flex position, playing third base as Ava Hernandez hit for herself. First pitch to her misses. One zero is high and 2-0 the count now. This wraps up a 6-game homestand for the Jaguars. As next week they'll meet at the Gulf Coast Invitational in Gulf Shores, Alabama. 2-0 is in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Next home games for UHV following today will be March 14th and 15th here at the Victoria U Sports Complex. 2-1 also in there for a called strike 2. And counts even 2-2. But then the Jags will be on the road for almost a month. 2-2. As Casas turns on that one and puts it well foul. After the Texas College Series on March 15th, there'll be a trip to the University of the Southwest on the 21st, and then up to A&M San Antonio. Count goes full, 3-2 after that one misses. And then at LSUA on the 28th, then Texas A&M Texarkana on the 29th. 3-2 runs in there, ball 4. One out walk for Casas, and that'll bring up Alyssa Garcia. Garcia hitting the 9-hole in game 1 and was 0 for 1. Had a couple of sacrifices sandwiched around a strikeout. Snedeker throws over to first in time. Pouring out. That brings up the top of the order. Lily Rocha up. She singled and got around to second and scored later. Oh, 1. This one lifted. Carter giving chase, but she'll watch it go out of play. Foul. Over onto the tent where the UHV held its President's Tailgate. A crowd of 200 here for game 1. Foul at the third base side. Count 1-2. It's Casas at first. Her second. That one's grounded up the middle. Line shot. Runner's going to be waved home. The throw not in time. It's a 2-0 game. Two-zero game now as Yesenia Perez up to Matt. One out, right back at Quinones, and Chambers will go the short way to second on the casual 1-6 put out. But OLLU plays another. It's a 2-0 game as we go to the bottom of the second here on the Jaguar Sports Network. The catcher, Kaylee Lopez, will get things started for UHV here in the home half of the second. Trailing 2-0 to the number 1 ranked and defending national champions, Our Lady of the Lake. That was a fantastic run by the Saints. And while these teams might be rivals on the field, wanting to beat each other, head coach Lindsay Ortiz on the NAI softball podcast this week mentioned how a national championship come home to the Red River Athletic Conference. Ortiz knows what it takes to get there. As her Jags in 2021 reached the NAIA Softball World Series. It was the first time in program history. Annika Lotero still dealing. It's a 1-0 count to Lopez. 1-0 on the way. Lopez grounds this one. Fair ball. Third baseman Casas has it. Throws over to Ross at first in time for out number 1. Brings up D'Angelo Maldonado, who had alone went 2 for 3, bloop single, and in that game, those are the kind. It's not a lot on them, but they fall and they can be a game. Pitch on the 1-0 count to the Alice native. And she calls timeout, something in her eye. It's been a busy week of athletics for UHV. The men's and women's golf teams hosted the old Claude Jacobs Invitational Monday and Tuesday. The number 17 ranked men finished second behind 2024 runner-up Texas Wesleyan. They'll be in action on Monday and Tuesday at the Shriner Shootout. And softball picked up a sweep against Texas A&M San Antonio on Tuesday. Baseball had a historic win on Wednesday against NCAA Division I A&M Corpus Christi. The 1-0 miss it and it's 2-0. And then yesterday, baseball opened up a 3-game set with Xavier. They won game 2 of that series today, and then game 3 of that doubleheader. UHV's offense has come alive. 2-0 to Maldonado. Misses 3-0. Maldonado, a highly touted prospect out of Alice. Works with a 3-0 count, and that one's in there for a strike, 3-1. All district, all area, all state player for the Coyotes down in the Coastal Bend. Called strike. Maldonado thought it was high. Instead, the count's going to go full here with 1 out. Now pitch on the way to Maldonado. Swing and they're saying a swinging strike. Head coach Lindsay Ortiz is calling for the home plate umpire to say it was a foul ball. And home plate umpire saying it hit off of the catcher. And they're going to confer. Waiting to see what the call is. One call in game one got overturned, and then the second one stood. We'll see what the call is, and that's what they'll say. They'll say swinging. They'll say a strikeout swinging for Maldonado, and head coach Lindsay Ortiz isn't happy. He's going to let he is not happy at all. It was a 3-0 count for Maldonado, and instead she goes down on strikes for out number 2, and that'll bring up Faith Hoover. Hoover getting the start in center field, 286 hitter. On a 2-game hitting streak as well. Ball 1. Hoover, native of Meadville, Texas, takes ball 2. Comes to UHV by way of Northern Oklahoma College, Tonkawa. Two zero in there for a strike. It's 2-1 now here with 2 outs. Those asking where Tonkawa is, it's in obviously northern Oklahoma, about 2 hours north of Oklahoma City. And that misses for 3-1. Hoover waits on 3-1. A ground ball left side. Garcia bobble the throw. Not in time. Hoover beats that one out. That'll go down as an error because that was an easy play for Garcia. She was there, bobbled it, and that gave Hoover more time had it been cleanly fielded. And now it's Bree Strother quickly behind on 1. One and one. One to Bree Strother. Excuse me, swing back to the pitcher, Latero, but she'll fire over to first in time. So it's 1 on, but nothing coming after that. We'll go to the top of the third, 2-0 our score. OLLU leads here on the Jaguar Sports Network. For Our Lady of the Lake as we go to the third. The Saints lead 2-0. Here, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Saints. Jags just 1 hit. Bryce Ross pops this one up. Kenzie Chambers takes a couple of steps out onto the outfield grass. And out number 1. Caitlin Terrazas, who singled her first time up, due up now. First pitch, a call, strike to Terrazas, native of Atascosa, Texas, just outside San Antonio. Played her high school ball at Southwest High School, but also went to Lamar out of high school. She's behind 0-2 here with 1 gone in the top of the third. Was an RBI single by Grace Ross to open the scoring, then an RBI single by Lily Rocha in the second. That has the Saints in front. Drop ball scoots through the legs of Lopez behind home. And it's 1-2. This one lifted foul, and it's going to hold it 1-2. Forecasted to get up to 84 degrees. It's starting to feel closer to summer here. 1-2 high. The count evens at 2-2. Two on the way from Quinones. That's rope fouling over to the OLLU dugout. Another foul. Fourth foul of this at bat by Terrazas. Two. This one lifted into left field and foul ground and out of play. Carter gave it a chase there. Quinones trying to grind here in this at bat in the circle. Time called by Terrazas before the 9th pitch of the at bat. This one popped up on the infield. Snedeker calls everyone off, and that's out number 2. I'll bring up almost AJ Flores. Couple of pop outs. Flores flied out in the first inning to left field. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Snedeker just in front of the bag at third. This one popped up. Chambers not going to be able to get there as it falls in between her and Carter for a base hit. First hit of the game for Flores. I'll bring up Ava Hernandez. Earned her sixth win of the season in the circle in game one. She lifts this one foul. The third base side, it's 0-1 quickly. Check swing. No need. Called strike. I'm throwing 2. Oh, 2 on the way. That's high. Lopez out of her crouch to grab it, and it's 1-2. Runner at first is Flores, who singled. Called strike 3. Quinones freezes Hernandez to end the inning. And straight runner. 1 hit, 1 left on base. As we go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 our score. OLLU leads on the Jaguar Sports Network. Nine, 1-2, 2 on for the Jaguars as they trail 2-0 heading into the bottom of the third. Fans, this is a great opportunity to remind you that you can become a part of the team at UHV. Become an inaugural member of the Jaguars 2008 club and help us on our mission to win national championships. For as little as $20.08. You can help provide the best experiences both on and off the field for our student athletes. Visit UHV Jaguars today to learn more. Melissa Carter leads it off. First time at the plate for her today. And she takes a called strike at the letters. Sun starting to set here as we creep towards 4:30. Carter lifts this one into left field, but Hernandez is there for round number 1 and the top of the order now coming up. Chambers has the only hit of the game for the Jaguars. She singled to lead off the first and stole second and was left stranded there. 1-0 is in there for strike. 1-1. On one on the way to Chambers outside. 2-1. Chambers leads the NAIA in stolen bases this season, and it's now 3-1. 25 stolen bases this season. The next closest in the Red River for her is Haley Fontenot, who entered this weekend with 12. 3-1. That's outside ball 4. Chambers reaches for a second consecutive time. First pitch to Jones misses. 0 for 1. Strikeout victim back in the first. Corner infielders playing in front of the bags for Jones, who can bunt if she wants to. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw. Not in time. Kenzie Chambers in with her second stolen base this game. Entering today, UHV situationally with an RPI opportunity hitting 462. 0 for 3 in this situation back in the first. Bunt, foul, it's 1-2. This game has the makings of game 1 of last year's doubleheader here in Victoria. I went 9 innings. OLLU ended up winning that one. But it was a pitcher's duel. Cassandra Valdez and Cameron Cowan, now Henneke, swing and a miss. Jones down swinging, and a couple of strikeouts for her. Allison Snedeker due up here with 2 outs now. She takes first pitch inside for ball 1. Snedeker struck out swinging her first time up. 1-0 on the way to her. She pops this one up. First baseman Ross calling for it and catches it right on the foul line. That'll do it. UHV gets Chambers over to second with another stolen base after a walk, but that'll do it. And UHV strands another runner. We go to the fourth. 2-0 our score. Our Lady of the Lake One third of the order due up for the Saints here as they lead 2-0. Going to the top of the fourth. Started here in the fourth. First pitch to her. Runs inside, ball one. South OLLU plated their second run. Called strike. She's trying to say that it hit her. And Jonas deals the 1-1. And it's high, 2-1. Two one on the way. That one does hit Salas, and she's going to reach on a hit by pitch, and that'll bring up Caitlin Casas. First pitch was high to Casas, who walked her first time up and later came around to score. 1-0. Called strike on the inside part of the plate. Entering today, Casas, a 300 hitter. 9 RBIs for her. Bunt gets laid down. Lopez to first. And the sacrifice successful. And that puts a run for Alyssa Garcia. Actually, it's going to be a pinch hitter. Tanya Rodriguez. Rodriguez hitting for the shortstop, Alyssa Garcia, who grounded out her first time up. Rodriguez, a 333 hitter, 5 hits and 15 at bats. Three runs scored, also 9 RBIs for her this season. Called strike on the first pitch. Rodriguez, a 5'5" sophomore infielder from Brownsville, went to Los Fresnos High School. And quickly, it's 0-2. A couple of called strikes by Quinones as she's working to strand another runner. She did that back in the third inning. 0-2, misses high on the rise ball. Quinones, a grad transfer from University of the Southwest 1-2. Ground ball left side. Chambers bobbles it. Has to hurry. That's going to go down as an error. As be Rocha. The batter, Alyssa Garcia, comes back in to run. Ground ball over the glove of Snedeker, but I'll get the lead runner for out number 2. So that goes down as a 5-6-5 put out. And that brings up top of the order. Or number 2 batter, Yesenia Perez. Rana Ramirez, a runner at first. 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch ball to Yesenia Perez. She had a sacrifice in her first at bat and then grounded out in her second in the second inning. Pops this one foul. Blinka gives it a look, but it hits the cover here. Over the stands at the championship field of the Victoria Youth Sports Complex. Getting plenty of use of these fields this spring. Out one runs wide, a wild pitch going to advance the runners. And it's a 2-1 count. Two on the count here. Now 2 runners in scoring position. As it's Ramirez at second. And Garcia at third. This one popped up on the infield. Blinka charging, makes the grab. Round number 3. UHV works around a jam. They'll hold OLLU scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Jags trail 2-0 here on the Jaguar Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the fourth here. Claire Blinka will lead it on for the Jaguars as they trail 2-0 against number 1 ranked and defending national champion, Our Lady of the Lake. Blinka 0 for 1 today. Pop out in their first at bat back in the first. She sees from Latero here in the fourth as a ball. 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Saints. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Jags. As UHV hoping to find a way back and snap what's a 13-game skid against Our Lady of the Lake. 1-0 in there for a strike. Here's the 1-1. Blinka golfs that one into right field. And a diving play by Rocha, unable to come up with it. It'll be an 11-game hitting streak for Claire Blinka. Even though it was in her glove, and I guarantee you Rocha would probably tell you she'll make that grab 9 times out of 10. That was the one. JC Bolin will run for Claire Blinka as Kaylee Lopez is the batter. Still a 2-0 game. UHV with their second hit of the ball game. That one from Claire Blinka. 11-game hitting streak. Lopez goes through on the bunt attempt. It's 0-1. Lopez, a ground out here in game 2. Searching for her first hit in this series. Instead, it's going to be a sacrifice for her, and it's going to advance the runner to second. Bring up Deandra Maldonado. Struck out her first time up on a controversial call that head coach Lindsay Ortiz wasn't happy about. Thought it was a foul ball. But the home plate umpire said, no, she went through it. That was out number 2 of the second inning. First pitch is a ball to Maldonado. (1-0). Maldonado takes it inside. 2-0. UHV trying to capitalize with a runner in scoring position. As I mentioned, coming into today, hitting over 400 in that scenario, but they're 0 for 5 today with an RBI opportunity. 2-0. Allen's down. Olin gets a good lead, but opts to retreat back to second. It's a 3-0 count. Called strike 1. Maldonado was about to took half of the first, thinking it was ball 4. It's a 3-1 count now. The Maldonado 2 for 3 with an RBI in game 1. It was a lone RBI for the Jags against the Saints in game 1. Pitch on the way. That's a ground ball. Fair ball. And the throw to first in time, and then it's dropped. So it'll work out. As the first baseman Ross dropped that on the transfer, it'll bring up Faith Hoover here with the runner on 3rd and 2 outs. Hoover reached on an error back in the second. Bowling at third, UHV trying to find a way to scratch a run across potential. Swing. It's the first time a UHV runner has been at third base this game. Bolin running for Claire Blinka, who singled to lead off this inning. 0-2 to Hoover. His high 1-2. One, two, fouled. Back to the screen. We'll hold it 1-2. Hoover trying to bring Bolin home. She's at third. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Jags unable to bring the runner home from third. We go to the fifth. 2-0 our score. Jags trail. Changes for the Jaguars as Deandra Maldonado will shift to left. Looks as though the Jags are Not on the infield. Melissa Carter is in center field. It's a 1-0 count to Grace Ross. 3, 4, and 5 go up. That one's lifted into left center field. That one is off the wall. Maldonado has it, and it's a double for Caitlin Terrazas now up. She's 1 for 2. Single and a pop out. It's a bunt. Snedeker. That'll put the runner at third. AJ Flores now batting. Got to think VJ Zamora is taking over for Faith Hoover in the designated player role as Maldonado moves to left field. She was the designated player. Center field is now Alyssa Carter. 1 out. Counts 1-0 to AJ Flores. She slaps that one through the left side, and that's an RBI single for Flores. Ava Hernandez, the batter now. Running at first base, number 15, Amelia Salinas. She'll run for Flores here in a 3-0 ball game. Batter is Ava Hernandez. First pitch to her is high. That one runs inside, ball 2. Rio, our score here. OLLU leading thanks to an RBI single by Flores. Snedeker over in foul ground. Makes the grab for out number 2. Christy Salas. She was hit by a pitcher last time up. Takes a called strike. Oh, and won the score. Next up for UHV, they'll be on the road at the Gulf Shores Invitational in Gulf Shores, Alabama. 0-1. This one lifted. Lopez, rather, unable to get there in foul ground. But it's 0-2 here with 2 gone. 1 already home for Our Lady of the Lake as the Saints extended their lead to 3-0. UHV's been in a number of these games with OLLU. It's another foul ball there. We hold it 0-2. They just haven't been able to get the better of the Saints in the last 13 meetings. It's all coming up Saints. Oh, 2 is called. That's a stolen base for Salinas. And another runner in scoring position here for Salas, who's dangerous. She's in the top 5 in RBIs in the Red River Athletic Conference. It's on a high. Salas was 1 for 2 with an RBI in game 1. Oh, that one got her. And you got to hope that Salas is okay. She's holding her left arm. Looks to be in a considerable amount of pain. Head coach Bruce Lennington in his 4th year coming out to check on his player, make sure she's okay. And they're going to say hit batsman. And head coach Lindsay Ortiz is going to come out and try and say that she swung. Head coach Lindsay Ortiz is going to get the umpires to confer once again. Fans, this is a perfect time to remind you that there's a new way to support your hometown team. Become an inaugural member of the Jaguars 2008 club and help UHV on our mission to win national championships. For as little as $20.08, you can help provide the best experiences for our student athletes, both on and off the field. Visit UHVJaguars.com today to learn more. Umpires taking a long time here trying to say whether or not that the ball hit Salas's bat first, then her arm. We've seen this a number of times in this doubleheader already today. And head coach Lindsay Ortiz waiting the decision from the home plate umpire. Umpire explaining that while trying to swing at it, it hit her back arm. So it's going to be a hit batsman for Quinones, and that's going to put 2 on here with 2 outs. First pitch ball to Caitlin Casas. 1-0 on the way. Ground ball. Chambers. That she's going to have to go the short way, and she's going to make the play. Second error of the game for UHV. And it's a called strike to Alyssa Garcia. Bases are loaded now as Quinones works quickly to get ahead 0-2. This one lifted and foul ground and out of play. Garcia 0 for 2 today. Reached on it, or 0 for 1 rather, grounded out in her only at bat. She was pinch hit for by Tanya Rodriguez in the fourth, who reached on an error. Oh, 2. This one lifted into left field. Nobody communicating. Maldonado and Carter didn't know who had it. All that a double. A 2-run double. So 0-1 misses outside. Couple of unearned runs, a bunt. Snedeker throws over to first in time, but it's a 3-run inning for Our Lady of the Lake. So they take a 5-0 lead heading to the bottom of the fifth here on the Jaguar Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the fifth, and the Jags trail 5-0. It'll be Bree Straw. They're looking to get a rally going here for the Jaguars as we head to the final 3 innings of this game. Strother 0 for 1, grounded out her first time up. Takes ball 1. This one to center field, but Perez drifts over and makes the play for out number 1. Carter. Carter searching for her first hit in this series. She's 0 for 4 today against the Saints. First pitch to her, called strike. Carter grew up in Sugar Land, went to Fort Bend, Austin, swings through that one 0-2. She was named Red River Athletic Conference Player of the Week last week. First time a UHV softball player had been named to the weekly honors. She went 783 with an 800 OBP and a 1,000 slugging percentage and 9 RBIs in UHV's games a week ago. She fouls that one off. And up until the first game Tuesday against Texas A&M San Antonio, she'd been on an 8-game hit streak. Bounced back, got a hit in game 2 against the 0-2. Fouled back to the screen. I mentioned the Jags. They'll be on the road at the Gulf Coast Invitational. Next week, they'll face off against Southeastern St. Xavier, Cumberland's Middle Georgia State, and College of St. Mary out of Nebraska. 0-2. That one's lifted back into the screen. Hit off the pole. Carter working here with 2 strikes. She's fouled off the last 3 after falling behind 0-2, trying to find a way on and kickstart a rally for UHV. Pitch on the way. Ground ball left side. Third baseman Casas has it over to first in time for out number 2. Quincy Chambers grounds out. And the inning and the Jags go down in order. To end the 5th, we go to the 6th. Trail. To the 6th inning, we go 2, 3, and 4 to up Our Lady of the Lake with Perez, Ross, and Terrazas. They pop out a ground out and a sacrifice bunt for her. It's an 0-1 count now after Arceli Guzman, the new pitcher, in. It's a strike there. Ground ball to Snecker over to first in time for out number 1. Brings up Grace Ross. Doubled her last time up. She's 2 for 3 with an RBI. I apologize for the blurry picture. There's a number of people out here. Victoria ISD hosting their softball tournament. Final day of that today. And everyone's on their cell phone, leading to blurry pictures. I apologize. Hopefully my descriptions can help out. It's 2-0 now to Grace Ross. It's on the way from Guzman, a Hallettsville native. Misses inside 3-0. Guzman comes in making her third appearance. She's thrown 2 1/3 innings, allowed just 1 hit with a strikeout and 3 walks. Opponents hitting 143 against her. She went Secret Heart, a freshman. Guzman deals. Called strike, and the count goes to 3-1. Three one. Misses, ball 4. Grace Ross draws a 1-out walk. She's reached base 3 out of the 4 times she's been up to the plate. And now Caitlin Terrasas is at the plate. Ross is going to be lifted for a pinch runner. Ayana Trejo is the runner at first now. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Terrasas 1 for 2. Single and a sac bunt. To her credit today. Pitch on the way. This one lifted on the infield. Chambers is there. Number 2. Now AJ Flores, the batter. 2 for 3. Pitch on the way. Ground ball. Runner was on the move, but the hit and run unsuccessful there. Oh, 1 is high, 1-1. Ground ball, foul as the runner was on the move. And the count's 1-2 here with 2 gone. AJ Flores, graduate catcher, swings through that one. And Araceli Guzman, her second career strikeout, ends that one. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-0 our score. Jags trail here on the Jaguar Sports Network. Celeste Laura pinch hitting. Counts even 2-2 to Laura. She's hitting .667, 2 for 3 at the plate this year. UHV trails 5-0. Swing and a miss. And she's down on strikes to open up the 6th inning. Brings up Allison Snedeker looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 2 today. First pitch is outside. And it's 1-0 to the Friendswood native. Latero back out for the bottom of the sixth. This is inside 2-0. She and Hope Quinones entered today tied for wins, both atop the Red River Athletic Conference. 2-0. Ground ball left side. Garcia over to first in time for out number 2. Well, it'll bring up Claire Blinka. She extended her hitting streak to 11 games with the single back in the fourth. She'd love to get a 2-out rally started here. She takes the first pitch high, ball 1. One zero on the way. Blinka grounds that one through the left side. It's a multi-hit game for the Port Lavaca native. That'll bring up Kaylee Lopez here with 1 on and 2 outs here. Jack's trying to at least scratch a couple off this comeback effort. They still have 4 offensive outs to work with. And Kaylee Lopez, the batter, takes ball 1 outside. Pitch on the way. Snedeker takes it high, 2-0. On the way. Lopez pops this one up on the infield. Casas has it, and that'll do it. The Jags get a hit, but nothing doing once again as we go to the 7th inning. UHV trails 5-0 here on the Jaguar Sports Network. We go to the 7th, and for Our Lady of the Lake, look to try and close this out. Pinch hitter is Rihanna Aguirre for Ava Hernandez. This pitch on the way by Araceli Guzman out there for her second inning of relief. That's a ball to Aguirre. One zero on the way. Called strike. One on the way. And Guzman misses 2-1. For OLLU, they'll face Houston Tillotson in a conference doubleheader on Tuesday in San Antonio before going to play at the Branson Grand Slam in Branson, Missouri. Facing off with Williams Baptist, Hastings, Kansas Wesleyan, Doane, and Friends. 2-1. On the inside corner, 2-2. Counts even to Rihanna Aguirre, native of Portland, Texas, right down the road in Corpus Christi. And she pokes that one into left field for a base hit. I'll bring up Christy Salas. She was hit by a pitch the last time up. Just the third hit of the year for Aguirre, the sophomore. Salas has been hit by a pitch twice today. 0 for 1 officially. Shows bunt, drops that one down, but foul, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1. Bunt popped up back to the screen. And it's 0-2. Guzman already has a strikeout today. 0-2 on the way. That one runs inside. Lopez able to cover it and prevent the runner at first, Aguirre, from advancing. Hallettsville native Guzman deals. Out ahead of that one was Salas. Count holds at 1-2. One, two. This one chopped foul will hold. All 4 strikes in this at bat have been via a foul ball. 1-2. Called strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Guzman. She entered today with just one. She's set a new career high for her. Another pinch hitter for the Saints. Danica Jimenez will bat in the 8 hole in place of Caitlin Casas. Edinburgh native, went to Robert Bela High School. Jimenez in her 8 at-bats this season, 6 for 8 with 4 RBIs and a double. First pitch to her. That's this one. Bree Strother has it one step onto the outfield grass for round number 2. The shortstop, Alyssa Garcia, up now with 1 on and 2 outs here in a 5-0 ball game. Saints lead. First pitch to Garcia is outside for ball 1. Garcia doubled her last time up. 1-0. Ground ball off the glove of Guzman, and it's going to be a base hit. Now waiting to see Bruce Lennington out, probably making another change. Lily Rocha. The right fielder. Comes up. She's 2 for 4 with a couple of doubles and an RBI. Takes called strike 1 there with 2 on and 2 outs here. It's an 0-1 to the right-hander. As a pitch on the way, that one gets away from Lopez. The runners are going to advance on a pass ball. So 2 in scoring position now with 2 outs for Rocha. OLLU threatening once again. They lead 5-0. And UHV trying to do everything possible to get out of this inning unscathed and hopefully let the bats work some magic in the 7th. 1-1. This one lifted foul, and it's 1-2. Called strike 3. Guzman, a pair of strikeouts. As she's got 3 in relief. Now the Jags looking to rally, going to the bottom half of the 7th here on the Jaguar Sports Network, down 5-0. D'Angelo Maldonado leads it off for the Jaguars as we head to the home half of the seventh. OLLU leads 5-0. It'll be Maldonado to up 6, 7, and 8 for the Jaguars. Maldonado, Zamora, and Strother. Last hope for the Jaguars. They trail 5-0. 5 runs on 10 hits for Our Lady of the Lake. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. No runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for the Jaguars. 1 error for the Saints. Maldonado swings through that one. And the count now 1-1. 1-1 to Maldonado. Lays off the rise. Ball 2-1. Two on the count to Maldonado. Rips that one foul. Head coach Lindsay Ortiz had to get out of the way. That counts even 2-2. Maldonado trying to lead off what the Jaguars hope would be a rally timeout called by Annika Latero. Now the 2-2 from Latero. Swing and a miss. Maldonado down on strikes for the second time today. That'll bring up VJ Zamora for the first time today. She entered the game in the designated player role for Faith Hoover as Maldonado entered the game defensively to go play in left field. Zamora this season, 348 hitter, making her 12th appearance. First pitch called strike to her. A San Antonio native, 565 slugging, 444 on base percentage, 6 RBIs for her this season. 0-1 is high. On 1 the count to Zamora. And she wanted to hold up but couldn't. It's 1-2. We're into the 7th inning here. Zamora trying to spark a rally, takes ball 2 outside. Count goes even. Next home game for UHV will be March 14th. Doubleheader against Jarvis Christian at 1 o'clock here at the Victoria Youth Sports Complex. They're on the road next week at the Gulf Coast Invitational in Gulf Shores, Alabama. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Zamora on strikes, and Maurice Strother represents UHV's last hope here in the 7th. Or pardon me, it'll be a pinch hitter, Alexi Wade, hitting here in place of Strother. She got a pinch hit appearance in game 1. 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Takes the first pitch outside. Ball 1. Want to know the count to the Granger, Texas native. Called strike on the inside corner, 1-1. On 1 on the way to Wade from Latero. Called strike 2, UHV down to its final strike. Here's a 1-2 from Latero. Swing and a foul tip, and that's the ball game. Latero strikes out the side to close it, and UHV falls 5-0 as they drop both games of this doubleheader. UHV falls to 11-9 overall, 4-2 in Red River Athletic Conference play, while the Saints improve to 15-4, 6-0 in conference play. Our next broadcast will be March 14th with both UHV baseball and softball in action that day. So make sure to tune in then. I want to thank you for joining us here on the UHV Jaguar Sports Network. We hope that you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.